Alright, I finally watched Godzilla Minus One, and I don't know why I waited so long. Honestly, wish I'd gone and seen it during its theatrical release, because it is good. A brief setup of the story. It starts during the ending days of World War II in Japan, where a kamikaze pilot is landing to have his plane inspected. It's obvious to the inspectors that the plane is fine, and the pilot is just finding a way out of the duty put upon him. Later that night at the base, a smaller Godzilla attacks them, killing everybody but the pilot and one mechanic that had inspected his plane. With the war over, the two go home with the pilot finding that his neighborhood in Tokyo had been destroyed, killing his parents. He is then shamed by one of his neighbors who had lost her children during the same attack, blaming him for not fulfilling his duty. Shortly after this, he meets a woman with a baby, both of which have lost their families in the air raids. The woman then invites herself into staying in his home. Several years pass as the country has begun rebuilding, and you see these three individuals that have no familiar ties between them become a family. However, during a nuclear weapon test, Godzilla becomes mutated and soon begins a rampage. Okay, with the story set up out of the way, I kind of want to go into some thoughts. And this movie did something I didn't think was possible from a modern Godzilla film, and it actually made me care about the human characters. I was interested in their stories, watching them grow, and wanted them to make it to the end of the movie. I wasn't just waiting for the next big lizard go smash scene. And speaking of the big lizard, I'm so glad they did not make Godzilla into a superhero in this movie like they have been doing here lately. Instead, he is a force of nature. When he appears, you see his destructive capabilities, and you fear for any of the characters that are in that scene. I also like how his body reacts while using his atomic breath, with his back scales glowing and protruding as they charge. Then once he fires, it actually damages Godzilla too, which he has to wait to heal before he can use it again, leaving him vulnerable. I thought the solution they come up with defeating Godzilla is great too, being science from that time period and not some secret railgun death laser that they magically have been working on since the war or something silly like that. And the CGI and effects for this movie are really good too, with the small budget they worked on. I mean, some scenes clearly look better than others, but all in all, it's pretty impressive. In conclusion, this is a really good movie. It deals with survivor's guilt, being a patriot, found families, and finding that self-sacrifice isn't always the only way for atonement. It did leave it open for a possible sequel, and if the same creative team returned, I'd be down for that. Have you seen Godzilla Minus One? What'd you think? Well, see you later. Bang. Nice.